Hi, this is Dan Hagee, Managing Partner of UandIWIN. Thank you for joining me on this opportunity webinar. We're going to be talking about our bonus compensation overview and the 7 different ways that agents get paid in our system instead of one. So let's get started. Let's assume you're a member agent with UandIWIN and you're making an average of 7 or 8 sales per month. Now, with all your sales in UandIWIN, we convert your premium to sales volume credits for purposes of paying you your bonuses. And that's important because different products that you sell in UandIWIN pay different commissions as well as different overrides to us as the MGA. If we're making more overrides on a particular product, then we can pay more bonus money. So we give you more sales volume credit, which is what we use to establish your bonus level. So let's assume that you sold $20,000 in health insurance premium for the month, and that could be a combination of individual medical, could be critical illness, could be dental, could be accident plans. If you were to sell $20,000 in annualized health premium for the month, the average weighting or sales volume credit on that premium will be about 15%. Now, remember, if you sold a critical illness, accident, or dental plan, which pays a much higher comp at the agent level and, of course, a much better override than the individual medical does post-reform, then you might receive 25, 30, or 35% sales volume credit on those products. For the individual medical, you might only receive 5 to 10% sales volume credit. So just for sakes of keeping a realistic average, we're going to assume that you average 15% sales volume credit on that $20,000 premium, which generated $3,000 in sales volume credits for you for the month for purposes of establishing your bonus level. Now, the very first way you get paid in UandIWIN is not based off your sales volume credit. It's based off your premium, and that is your commissions that come still directly from the carriers. UandIWIN does not pay your commissions. You still get your full street commissions directly from all the carriers that you choose to write. You are vested on that commission, and you get that commission and your renewal commissions for as long as those policies stay on the books. So if you sold $20,000 in health insurance premium, let's assume that you average 20% commission. Keep in mind your individual medicals might only be paying 10 to 15% commission, which is your post-reform levels, whereas your critical illness might be paying 65, 70%. Your dental plan could be paying 40, 42%, like Assurance, for example, and your accident plan might be paying, 35 or 40%. So overall, because you sold a combination of product here, let's just say you average 20%. Where do you get that from? That comes from the carrier, and that would be about $4,000 in commissions that you've earned. Now, of course, it could be advanced if you're on an advanced program directly with the carrier. It could be a 12-month advance, a 6-month advance, or a 9-month advance. But either way, you still earn $4,000 in commissions that's coming from the carrier directly, as well as your renewals. Now, let's talk about how UandIWIN starts paying you. In addition to your full street commissions, we're going to pay you a personal production bonus. Now, this personal production bonus is going to be based on what you generated off your personal sales per month in sales volume credit. In this example, we said you generated $3,000 in sales volume credit. You look at the chart up on the top left, that would put you at a 25% bonus level. So you're going to receive a $750 check, which is 25% of the $3,000 in annual volume credits that you generated per month from your personal sales, and that check would be EFT'd into your account around the 20th of every month from UandIWIN. Now, let's assume that you also joined because you like the idea of being able to sponsor agents and refer agents to UandIWIN, and as you do that, you become a blind sponsor of those agents for life. So let's assume that over a period of months, whatever number of months that could be, that you sponsored 5 teams or 5 individuals, because these could be teams of individuals writing 7 or 8 sales per month. Keep in mind, you get credit on every one of these teams from 9 levels below them. Counting their level and the 9 levels below is your 10 levels of credit that you receive. So what happens next is you are establishing an organizational volume level, which consists of your volume, sales volume credit, the $3,000, and all the sales volume credit that's being generated from these downline teams, which is 18,000. If you look at the organizational chart up on the top right, that would put you at a 12% bonus level. You've been working your way up on this organizational volume bonus levels, and that would put you, as I said, 12%. We'll put that above your gold circle at the top, and then you're going to get paid another bonus on that sales volume credit that you generated yourself. So the first three ways in UandIWIN you get paid is based off your personal sales. That's why the bullets behind the numbers there are in orange to match the orange circle, which is your personal representative of your personal sales volume credit that you're generating personally. We haven't talked about how you get paid on the downline team membership that you sponsored. So you're going to get the 12% bonus on the 3,000, which is another $360. And of course, this is paid out as earned and will build up each month and compound and get bigger and bigger and bigger as each month goes by. Now let's talk about how you get paid on your downline teams. The first way you get paid, and the next four ways we're going to talk about, are based on your organizational building, your sponsorship of other agents, okay, both locally and nationally. The first bonus that you look at when you start sponsoring teams is what we call a quick start bonus. And this bonus comes into play as soon as you have two individual agents or two teams that are generating 625 in volume credits, sales volume credits per month from each team. How many sales is that? Roughly speaking, that's an average of about 2 sales a month coming from two different teams or two different individuals that are on two different teams. Once you have two different teams generating that amount of credit, you receive a quick start bonus for every team, and there is no limit to the amount of quick start bonuses you can earn in UandIWin. You receive a monthly bonus on every team based on the volume that that team's generating, as long as it is a minimum of 625. So looking at the chart at the bottom right, you have 5 teams generating 3,000 in sales volume credit per month. That would tell you that you're going to earn a $250 bonus off each team. So that's the fourth way you get paid. $250 per team or per leg times 5 legs is $1,250. Now the next thing we want to talk about is, once you start building an organization, we like to say in UandIWin that if you're sponsoring agents, you're building a business. If you're just selling and not sponsoring, you're just doing the business. If you move into the mode, which you don't have to, many agents join UandIWin and have no desire to sponsor or build downline. Some of them change their mind after they get involved because they see the kind of income other member agents are generating in addition to their sales commissions from sponsorship. So if you decide to do that, once your quick start bonus number 4 becomes bigger than your personal production bonus number 2, then bonuses swap each other out. You end up with the higher one of the two. So in this example, you would receive the $1,250 per month. You would no longer be getting the $750 per month, which is your personal production bonus. And that's important because the quick start bonuses are endless and you can get them on any number of teams, whereas your personal production bonus is only based on your personal sales, and you only have so many hours in the week that you can make personal sales, so you're going to cap that out pretty quickly. Whereas your quick start bonuses, because they continue to grow and add as you continue to sponsor more and more teams, there is no cap on those. Okay. Now each of these teams that you've been sponsoring, or individuals, they're starting to build their own organizational bonus because they get paid exactly the way you do, and that's why they love UandIWin, because they don't have to feel like they're locked in under somebody when they come in, or sponsored under somebody, and they can never earn the same kind of comp the person above them does. That's one of the beautiful things about our program. So you see, they're starting to earn their own organizational bonus level because they're over 1,000. Look at the chart on the top right. They're over 1,000, so they're at 2%. Okay, so they're growing just like you grew to your 12%, and they're excited watching you make money, so they're following suit. Now, the next way you get paid, number 5, is what we call our organizational volume bonus. You're going to get a bonus on every team based on the difference between your bonus level, which is 12 in this example, and their bonus level, which is 2. So the spread on each of these teams at this point would be 10%. So you're going to get a 10% bonus on the volume that each one of these teams is generating. And like it says there in number 5, they're each generating 3,000 in annual volume times 10% times 5 teams or 5 legs, whatever you want to call them. So you generated another $1,500. Okay? So you're starting to make some serious, serious money here. Now there's another bonus that you start earning once you become a marketing director. We call it a structural bonus. And a marketing director is your first level of structural bonus. There are 5 other levels of structural bonus you can earn. We'll talk about in a minute on the next slide. But the structural bonuses is something that you earn that once you have 3 teams that are generating an average of 7,500 in sales volume credit per quarter, you become a marketing director. And once you obtain that position, you don't lose it because you went a little backwards the next month. Once you become a marketing director, you start receiving an additional bonus per quarter of 2% on all your volume that your organization is generating for the quarter. Remember, you have to have 3 teams doing 7,500 average per quarter. And it's figured on a quarterly basis because you will have months where you go up, go down a little bit. But as long as you average 2,500 per month or 7,500 per quarter from 3 different teams, you've obtained the marketing director position. Does this example illustrate someone in the orange circle there being a marketing director? The answer would be yes. This individual has 5 teams averaging 9,000 a quarter, 3,000 a month. So this individual has been a marketing director for some time. So they receive the structural bonuses. And the way they're figured is we take the total sales volume for the quarter, yes, it's actually for the quarter. So in this case, we take 18,000 of volume, times it by 3 months, which is 54,000, times it by 2%, that generates a quarterly bonus of 1,080. We're going to divide that by 3 to kind of give you an idea of the kind of monthly income that you're generating at this point, which would be about $360 average per month. So your total income run rate right now is $7,470 a month. You're starting to make some serious money through your additional sponsorships as well as your personal sales. Your annual income is averaging on track to make about $90,000 a year. How much of that income was coming from your personal sales? Go back to number 1. Your personal sales commission coming directly from the carriers was around $4,000. Times 12 is about $48,000 a year. So you just about doubled your income through a few months of sponsorship of other agents. Now, let's assume that you're able to help these team members add 1 individual to each team that only generates an average of additional sale per month. Sale per week. We call it the Apple Week Club. Because a lot of people might come on board and right in the beginning not write a lot of business until they come to where they can trust you and UandIWIN, that the bonuses we said they were going to get paid are being paid, and until they get a feel for the training and the home office support and so on and so forth. Many people start writing just a few carriers and then eventually add more and more carriers as you move along. As you help and assist them as well, they're going to be more motivated to do more of their business with you and UandIWIN, because remember, we're non-captive. They can do as much or as little business as they'd like to. So what's happening here, let's assume that you're able to take each of these 5 teams from 7 or 8 sales a month to where you got 5 teams doing 10 or 12, and you're helping these team members do that. Now your organization would look like this. You're doing a total of 28,000 of volume, and you've got 5 teams doing 10 or 12 sales instead of 7 or 8. All your bonuses went up except for your personal sales commission, because you're still generating the same old 7 or 8 sales that you've always made. You're not increasing your personal sales. But your organizational volume level jumped 16% from 12. If you look at the chart on the top right, you're now on the above 25,000, so you went to 16%. But the exciting thing is your downline team members are excited because they're moving in the right direction as well. They've all went to 4% from 2% on the last slide. Okay, so you're still making the same in personal commissions, but if you take a quick glance at number 2, your personal production bonus, you're not getting that one because your number 4 is bigger than number 2. So let's jump down to number 3. Your personal sales volume bonus is now 16% instead of 12% like on the last slide on your 3,000 of volume that you generated yourself. Your quick start bonuses, if you look at the chart on the bottom right, have grown, actually doubled, because you now have 5,000 volume coming from each team, and that would be your goal with every team, is to get them over 5,000 sales volume credits, so you maximize that quick start bonuses on every team. So every team you're earning now 500 per team instead of 250 like you were on the last slide. So number three, or excuse me, four, you're earning 500 per team or leg times 5 legs is 2,500. Look what happened to your organizational volume bonuses. They've grown as well. You were making the difference between 12, your level last slide, and 2, their level, 10% spread on smaller volume. Now you're making a 12% spread, the difference between your 16 and their 4 on much more volume. So your organizational volume bonuses, number 5, have doubled since the last slide as well. And even your structural bonus, because now your organization is doing overall about 28,000 in volume per month, times it by 3 months, times it by 2%. Your quarterly bonus went from 1,080 to 1,680. So you're averaging 560 a month on that. Of course, that is a bonus that's paid out quarterly, not monthly. But your income overall just jumped to 10,540, up from 7,400 last month or last slide. So you're well on your way to making some serious money on an average run rate of about 126,000 a year. Now I have a question to ask. Do you really believe that if you got your organization to this point, that it's going to be easier to double it than it was to get to this point? I would have to say that you would say the answer was yes, because you've got now downline members, agents that are part of your organization that are just as excited as you are about the growth and making more money. And so they're going to continue to sponsor agents and bring people on. So you've got other team members now that are helping you grow your business, just like they're going to have team members helping them grow their business. You get that snowball effect working for you, and now you can get to the doubling point a lot quicker. So what would happen if you doubled this, and would it be worth it if it took you 2 years, if it took you 5 years? Well, I would have to say that you would say the answer again is yes, because if you were able to double this over a period of whatever period of time, now you have 10 teams averaging 10 or 12 sales per month, your income would jump to 18,660 a month. And you can see respectively how each of those bonuses have grown, and now you're earning an annual income of $223,920. What are you making from your personal sales? Same thing you were. Number one, $4,000 a month, $48,000 a year. But you continue to grow your organization and add teams, and as you're adding width, your other team members are adding depth. So the volume would probably be a lot higher on some of these teams because they're growing in depth as you're growing the organization in width. Excuse me. Now I would like to tell you, congratulations at this point, because you would have gotten to a point where you're in the top 2% of income earners nationally. If you look at the facts, less than 2% of Americans file income tax on more than $200,000 a year consistently. And I will tell you, having built another organization, a traditional brokerage channel, for 20 years, we can count on less than 3 hands in that organization the amount of agents that consistently make over $200,000 per year in the insurance business. It's a very hard level to reach unless you're working a lot of hours and you got some assistance and so on and so forth. However, in UandIWIN, we know that there are going to be many more agents that earn that kind of income, but it's through leveraging others, individuals' times and efforts as well as their own. Okay, so through the use of leverage, you can make a lot more money, and everybody's a lot happier because they're making more money too. Now, the next slide, we're just going to flip through pretty quickly, but it's designed for a couple reasons. We call it the dream slide or the big picture slide. Now, of course, this is what we figure you're going to look like 10, 15, 20 years down the road, as long as you're adding quality individuals to your organization, people that want to work, want to sell business, want to sponsor other agents, that want to make more money. Of course, if you were doing this for 10, 15, or 20 years, you would have a lot more legs sponsored than what you have here. We just can only fit about 7 or 8 legs on the slide. But this is designed for a couple reasons: to get you dreaming about where you can really go with a program like UandIWIN, and also to point out a couple other vesting compensation rights that you have within your program with UandIWIN and your contract. If you have a team that reaches the top level, as this blue team over here to the left illustrates, because remember, if you look at your level, you're at 40%. You're at the top level on that organizational volume bonus chart. It's because you're doing 1.6 million in volume credits at this point. You just add up all that volume, and that's what it comes up to. So you've been over that 700,000 mark, which puts you at 40% for a long time. But now you've got a team that is also one of your oldest teams that you first sponsored years before, that's now at 700,000. Well, you are going to earn still a 2% bonus on that team, even though you would ask the question, how can I make a spread on a team that's at 40% and I'm at 40%? Well, the answer to that is we built into your contract enough room to guarantee that you'll always get a 2% breakaway protection bonus on any team that reaches the top level. You see, most network marketing organizations don't do that. When a team reaches the top level, they say, thank you for all your hard work in helping this team. You made a lot of money on them along the way, but now they're going to break off on their own, and you just have to concentrate on the other teams and continue adding more people. You and I win. We feel like hard work and helping that team all along the way puts you in a position where you deserve to always be paid on that team something. So in this example, if you look underneath the blue circle, you will be averaging 2% on 700,000 in volume, which is 14,000 a month income on that one team. Now, do you think that team can get to the same level you're at someday? Obviously, they're one of your fastest growing teams, and when they get to 1.6 million like you're at, you would still be making 2% of the 1.6 million, which is now 32,000 a month. So important point number one is you never lose the credit on a team, no matter how big they get, and their volume is always going to count towards keeping you at the very top level on your bonus level as an organization. Okay, and and then you can also see the leverage that you're creating, because if you look at the team on the far right, this is a brand new team that you just sponsored recently that's only been doing this for maybe a few months, and now they're writing 10 or 12 sales a month with 3 or 4 people, and they're just starting out their organization years after you started in UandIWIN, and they're at a 4% level. You're at a 40. You're making 36%, as illustrated underneath that 5,000 circle. You're making 36% on that 5,000 in volume, or $1,800 a month just on those 10 or 12 sales. You see, you're making the kind of spreads now that MGAs make across the board, because you've been typically at the MGA bonus levels for some time. Because when you're at that top level, you're making the majority of the commission overrides. We're still making a little bit. We still have to have some money to operate the company and provide all the services and tools, but we are making it off a lot of volume, so we don't need very much spread. And you can now continue to grow your organization and experience all that leverage that you've created and those big spreads. So that's how you can dream and really believe that you can get to where you're making a few $1,000,000 a year, not just a few 100,000 a year. So we hope you get excited about our opportunity. We know it can be a little bit complicated because of a lot of different ways you get paid. So come back and feel free to watch this audio again, and until you've got it down pat, and write down any questions and come back to us with questions, and we'll help you get to where you can not only understand it, but be able to explain it to others as time goes along. This next slide just shows your organizational structural bonuses, how you move up on those director level bonuses. We call it your quarterly organizational bonus. Remember, at marketing director, you got 2% of your total organization's volume generated for the quarter. And then once you develop 3 marketing directors underneath you, you become a regional marketing director, and now earning 4% of the total volume being generated for the quarter. And then once you have 3 regional marketing directors, you become a senior marketing director, and so on and so on, until you become a national marketing director at 9%. Now that is a gross bonus. There will be parts of that bonus being paid out to your downline, and you get the spread difference, just like you get the spread difference on your organizational volume bonus. So it's a very, very exciting opportunity. We hope you are just as excited about it as we are. We think we're one of the only organization in the country that has this type of a system with this many different products with as much support as UandIWIN offers. So getting started is pretty simple. You would just go to UandIWIN.com, and you would click on the Get Started Now button on the left side of the home page, and you would follow the Fast Track to Success instructions, and then let us help you along the way as you follow those instructions. It tells you what to do in step-by-step order. So there's no question about what's the best way and fastest way to start making good money. And then number 2, you can also click on the Register button and fill out the info requested. UandIWIN staff member will follow up with you and assist you with any questions and helping you get started. And then, of course, number 3, for immediate assistance or questions, just call us at 1-800-359-0980, and we'll answer any questions you have. And we certainly appreciate your time on sitting in on this video today, and look forward to talking to you in the near future. Make it a great month. Bye-bye.